Valentine's to you all. I hope you are doing good and you are tuned for one more story. And today I want to talk about Valentine's Day. It's not celebrated as big in Kenya, but we still have a few people that look forward to it. You will see a lot of people in red. That's why I'm in red, because it's just around the corner. I'm not a fan of Valentine's myself, because years ago, I was about 25, 26 years old. I was just employed by an Indian lady, and we had this car hire company that we would hire out small cars to businessmen and to people who wanted to have them for a weekend. You know, people in Nairobi, even if you don't own a car, when you are traveling up country, when you want to see your folks back in the village, you do not want them to see that you are the same guy that left the village without a car. So we have car hire companies. You can go hire a car just for a weekend, 3 days. You go home. Then the people in the village, they look at you and they are like, oh, this guy has made it. Because you don't tell them this is not your car. You return it. In fact, the guy is calling you on, the owner is calling you on Sunday afternoon. Where is my car? Because you promised to bring it back that day. Anyway, we were having this small car hire company and I was in charge of transport. So some weekends I would go home with a car. And this day, because it was a Friday and it was Valentine's Day, I decided to go home with a red car. There was only one red car. I took it home, and the previous Sunday I had convinced one of my girlfriends, because the only place you can find a girlfriend in Kenya or a boyfriend is in the church. That was the easiest place to find one, because that's the only place girls were allowed to go. So I belonged to a youth club, and my girlfriend also belonged to this youth club. So we agreed that on Friday I was to take her out, because it was Valentine's Friday. I picked her up on Friday. How she was able to convince her parents that she was going out, I don't know. Because it's very difficult. Because our parents in Africa, they do not want you to bring a boyfriend or a girlfriend today. Then after 1 month, 2 months, you bring another one. After another 2 months, you bring another one. No. When you bring a boyfriend home, when you introduce a girlfriend home, it's a sign that you are already decided that you are going to get married. So when you take one home, the first question is from your parents, when is the wedding? When are you two going to get married? So for that reason, even if you have a girlfriend, you keep it as a private affair. It's a top secret. Nobody knows about it except just the both of you. And remember, you only meet in church. The church is over, everybody goes home. So this time, I was just crossing my fingers that it was going to happen. And my girlfriend, somehow, she ran away with it. She got to run away with it. And she convinced her parents. But she was told, you must be back here before midnight. Which was okay. So I picked her up and I took her to this nightclub. It was called Django nightclub. It was inside City Park, just outside the heart of Nairobi. It was a nice place, big, huge area with nice music, nice beer, of course, Tusker beer. And we got there about 8 o'clock. There was a guy there that we knew. He was a bouncer. His name was Costa. Because of him, I was not going to pay the full entrance fee. It would have costed me $1, 100 shillings. It costed me 50 cents because my friend Costa was the bouncer. He was the security guy at the entrance. So we got in there. There were a few people, but within 1 hour or so, the place was packed to the brim. It was full house. Lots of young ones, lovers, were streaming in red. My girlfriend was in red. I was not in red. Today I am in red. So we danced. There was no way I could afford a glass of wine or a beer for myself. All I could afford at the time was Fanta soda, the orange Fanta. They had just introduced the black currant Fanta. So my wife, did I say my wife? My girlfriend, she took the black currant Fanta. I had my orange Fanta. And it was one. You sip it for hours and hours because you do not have money to buy another one. So we are drinking and we are dancing. It even takes a long time before you finish one bottle of Fanta because most of the time you are on the floor dancing. It was a golden opportunity for me to dance. And I had a girlfriend. So we are dancing and I'm looking at my watch because we had to go back. Because we didn't want to get to be time-barred. She had to be home before midnight. So we were done dancing, we were tired, we were sweating, it was congested in there, and we decided, I think we have had enough, let's go home so that you don't get in trouble. So we are walking, we get out, we say bye-bye to our friend Costa at the entrance, and we are walking on this driveway towards the parking area. I'm holding the car keys on my hand so that people can see I have a car I'm driving. I didn't walk here. And I have a girlfriend. She was short and she was in red. So I'm walking without of pride. And these two guys blocked our road. We could see the car, but we couldn't get to the car. And one guy said to me, there are no buses to town. Would you give us a hike to the main road with your car so that we can take a bus home? With all my pride, I said, do you think my car is a taxi? No sooner had I said that, this guy held me by the head and he gave me a header, like, yeah, just one, right on my forehead. It was like somebody hit me with a hammer, right on the forehead. It was so painful. It was the most painful thing I have experienced ever. More than circumcision. It was painful. When he hit me, I lost my consciousness. It was blank and my legs would not even carry me. I collapsed, I was down. My girlfriend, right there, she didn't know what to do. She tried to do some first aid, she used her sweater, and she was trying to give me more air. It took like 5 minutes. Then I opened my eyes. She ran away because she thought I was opening my eyes to say bye-bye, then close them again, never to open them again. She thought I was dying. She took off. She went to the entrance place and she found our friend was still there, Costa. She said, oh, my friend has been hit. These guys have assaulted us and they have disappeared. So this guy comes with other security boys, bouncers. They came to me, they held me, they made me lay in a proper way. What happened? My consciousness was coming back slowly. So I told them, we were walking to my car, I was holding my girlfriend, I had my key on the right hand, and this guy says to me, would you give us a hike to the main road so that we can take a bus? And I said to him, no, my car is not a taxi. He said, my friend, please, next time, try to be kind, try to be polite. Some of these guys, they're just looking for the slightest opportunity to knock you down. They are like buffaloes, because when a buffalo sees you walking, they hide behind a bush, and they're just waiting for the right moment to knock you down. So there are people out there with a lot of anger. So we have to be careful. I learned my lesson the hard way. So we got back, we walked into the discotheque hall again, looking for these guys. We could not remember those guys. There were 1 million people in that place. There was no way. There was no way we could trace these boys. This time, my forehead is swollen. It looked like I had a big apple squeezed inside my forehead. I was looking funny. But I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything to cover it. So I was walking. It was not bleeding. But the pain I was feeling was so bad. Some people had some painkillers, some paracetamol that they gave me. And we went back into my car. My wife, my girlfriend, is still crying, because she thought I was not going to make it. I was not going to be able to drive home. But I struggled. We got in the car. I drove home. I dropped her. Then I went home to my place. It took like a week for that nod on my forehead to disappear. When I went to work on Monday, the next week, I never told anybody what had happened. I kept it to myself, because people would have laughed at me. I didn't want anybody to know about it. And again, I didn't want the owner of the car, my boss, to know that I had used her car to go to the disco. From that experience, I do not love Valentine's Day, because that reminds me of my painful experience. And as this one is nearing, as other people are planning for it, I'm not planning for it. But because you are not beaten, you have had nice Valentine's Day before, I wish you the best. Enjoy your Valentine's Day. And here is a love song, which is a special dedication to all of you. Hope you are going to like it. Thank you. Everybody in the world needs someone, somebody you can trust all the time, someone who is a friend close to you, somebody you can share your happiness. Oh, how sweet to be in love. Someone, oh, how sweet to be in love. Oh, to love someone, everything gonna be alright when you love someone. Somebody who is there to keep you feel warm. Somebody who is there to make you feel good. You need someone to make your life sweet. You really need somebody in your life. Oh, how sweet to life is never so good. When you are lonely, you really need someone close to you. Oh, how sweet to be in love. Oh, to love someone. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. Keep tuned to my stories. Keep subscribing. And stay safe. See you in my next video. Ciao.